Okay, again two books. First Amos, then second Obadiah. Uh, Amos, well, it shoots itself on the foot when he mentions the exodus from Egypt and 40 years wandering in the desert and that kind of things. Those things never happened, so we can throw this shit out of the window. But let's mention some other things from this book. First, it mentions the locust plague God sent on Israel. So I think if any addition would made on the Bible as with some kind of sane mind, uh, this had to be put before Hosea. Well, how fucking surprising that not even this is in the right place. Uh, Again, this is a Judah fan Israelite person in his book. He threatens all surrounding nation and Israel and Judah with a lot of things. The only difference seems that only the surrounding countries are threatened with death. Everybody are threatened with destruction and that kind of things. Uh, yeah, yes, and then, well, there is nothing much after that. Uh, there are certain parables taught, but no one seems to be really interesting. Well, Amos refers himself as not a prophet by heritage. His father wasn't a prophet. He was only a person in the agriculture, so some people thought this is interesting, so I mentioned that too. One parable is interesting when the Lord stands on his altar. I don't know why this is so cool things. Well, in my version, it's different in the language. Uh, Amos also mentions the flat earth and the sky being a solid dome. Ha ha ha. Now, if we move on Obadiah, this is the shortest book in the Old Testament, and let's face it, we don't consider letters as books, then the shortest book in all the Bible. Uh, well, if we go with the Christian canon, because you know the 12 small prophets had just one book in the Jewish canon, so we already dismissed all things in the Jewish canon. Sorry for that, people. So in there they hear a rumor from the Lord. Well, if we go with the text, the Lord hears a rumor from the Lord about that how good would it be to destroy the Edomites. Well, Yahweh hears a rumor from Yahweh. Go to hell. This is fucking nonsense, so I throw this book out of the window too. But also there is it is mostly around how to treat the Edomites. What is directly contradicts Deuteronomy, the second book of law, Moses' fifth book. And one thing is interesting in that it really says that the house of Jacob, the Jews, the Israelites, will go down and burn down all the country of Edom. But that really never happened, because back in that time they were really busy with their lives, and for the current time Edomites no longer exist. So as far as I can tell you, this is a failed prophecy. Well, uh, I tried to check what happened with the Edomites in the real history, and it happened that, well, the biblical chronology to the Edomites is false, because the Edomite country, they started to settle down at around the 9th, 8th century BCE, and the Bible puts the Edomites, the descendants of Esau, uh, centuries before that point. So two other books, but not true.